Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Kim. I am from South Korea and I am making this video because I would like to really share my understanding about the Bible, because this message, it is very important nowadays. And so actually this message for the church leaders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. So let me read this to you. Messages to Ted Wilson and church leaders. The reason I am making this video, we are going to have a General Conference World Session next year, 2015, in Texas, San Antonio. And I am trying to submit this agenda to General Conference so that our church leaders can discuss this topic so that we may stand in the brighter truth. Let me explain it to you. The title of the video today is The Contradiction Seventh-day Adventist Church Held for over 151 years. The contradiction itself can be found from the fact the Passover was Monday in 31 AD. But our church has been teaching over 151 years Jesus died in the year of 31 AD. Let me explain it to you why we have this contradiction. As you may know, when the William Miller and the Millerite, when they did the Advent movement, they experienced two times of the disappointment. The first disappointment was 1844 spring. William Miller, he began his Advent movement and he set the time of the second coming 1844 spring. And let me explain it why he has this time 1844 spring. When you read Ezra 7, the beginning of the 70th week, when you read Ezra 7:9, Ezra, he left for Jerusalem on the first day of the first month. In the biblical calendar, the first day of the first month was Aviv 1st. And if you check the Gregorian calendar, it was 457 BC, March 23rd. So if you count to 2300 years based on Daniel chapter 8:14, you come to 1844 spring. So William Miller and his followers proclaiming Jesus is coming back 1844 spring. But when Jesus didn't show up in the spring of 1844, they were disappointed. And they set up another time, which was 1844 autumn. And how come they changed it to spring, from spring to autumn? Because there is no biblical support, but they say maybe Jesus is coming back sometime in the autumn, because the autumn festival, the T310, the day of autumn month, is the fall autumn festival. So they were thinking maybe Jesus is coming back sometime in the autumn of 1844. And to make this prophecy more reasonable, they changed the beginning of the 70th week from spring to autumn of the 457 BC. But Bible does not say any specific date. So they say 457 BC, someday in autumn. And they counted 2300 years, and it came out 1844 autumn. But if you honestly check the Bible, Ezra 7, there is no biblical support for the autumn theory. And our church's understanding about the 70-week prophecy is based on this first beginning of the 70 week. So when you make a calculation of the 70-week prophecy, you come to 31 AD crucifixion theory. But the fact is, the Passover was Monday in 31 AD, which means 31 AD cannot be the year Jesus died. And our church leaders has not been able to understand this terrible error for over 151 years. It is a shame. If we make a right calculation based on the right beginning of the 70-week prophecy, which is 457 BC, March 23rd, if you make a chart 70-week prophecy, based on this fact, the crucifixion year comes out AD 30. And AD 30, the Passover was Wednesday. As you may know, the Jehovah's Witness church denomination, they were looking for Friday Passover in around AD 30. And they found AD 33, because AD 33 Passover is Friday. So Jehovah's Witness people, they teach their members Jesus died in the year of AD 33. But when you look at the Luke chapter 3 verse 1, there are several historical background when John the Baptist began his ministry. So AD 33 cannot be the year Jesus died, because Luke chapter 3:1 clearly says that when John the Baptist began his ministry, it was 15th year of the Tiberius reign. And Tiberius, he began his reign AD 12. So when you think about that, the Friday crucifixion, it is not biblical. And we can ask ourselves, is it possible Jesus died on Wednesday? Yes, it is. We need to think very carefully the sign of Jonah. The Jonah was in the belly of a whale for 3 days and 3 nights. In the same way, the Son of Man will be spending his time in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. Let me show you what happened in the Passion Week. As you can see, the Wednesday was Aviv 14, and Jesus died on the cross on Wednesday. And we need to understand Jesus. He is the center of the whole universe. We know the Wednesday is 4th day of the week. But when Jesus say on the cross, it is finished. When Jesus say it is finished, that Wednesday becomes true 6th day. Check out the John 19 verse 30. And the Thursday was great Sabbath. It was high Sabbath. And the Desire of Age chapter 80, the first page clearly say, the first day Jesus rested in the tomb will be the Sabbath we are going to keep forever and ever when we get to heaven. So Thursday is the true seventh day. Let me show you what is the real meaning of the High Sabbath or Great Sabbath. The Great Sabbath was Aviv 15 and it was Thursday during the Passion Week. And this Great Sabbath is greater than weekly Sabbath, which means this Great Sabbath shadow over the weekly Sabbath, which means we know Saturday is the seventh day of the week, but when we have the Passover feast, the 15 is Great Sabbath, which means 15 is the seventh day. And Friday is first day, and Saturday is second day, and Sunday is third day. Let me show you. Matthew and Luke use the expression of the third day. And Mark, he says, after completion of 3 days. When you look at the book of Mark, he used the Greek word meta. Meta means beyond. So when you read after 3 days, it means actually after completion of 3 days. And for the John, destroy this temple, I will raise it up for 3 days. So when we look at this calendar again, the first day in the tomb was Thursday, second day in the tomb was Friday, and third day in the tomb was Saturday. And after completion of these 3 days in the tomb, Jesus was resurrected on Sunday. That is why Jesus said it was third day. Let me tell you why this is so important. Luke chapter 23:56. They rested on the Sabbath day according to the commandment. This is not about weekly Sabbath. It is about Aviv 15, Great Sabbath. And when you read the Desire of Age, the animal the priest offer on this Sabbath was goat and bullock. As you may know, the weekly Sabbaths, they do not offer these animals. On the weekly Sabbath, they offer only 2 lambs. Let me tell you, Luke chapter 23:56, it is not weekly Sabbath. It is High Sabbath and Aviv 15. I am telling this. This great Sabbath has to be restored among the God's people. And I don't want to confuse the Seventh-day Adventist Church members, so I am telling we need to take this agenda to General Conference World Session 2015 July. If we gather together and double check our interpretation of the 70-week prophecy, and we can find the error and why we have this contradiction for over 151 years, and then we can unite in the Word of God. Please, church leaders, especially President Ted Wilson and all the world, many church leaders, please take this agenda for next year and check this out, please. This is the new light suggested in the Selected Message, Volume 1, Chapter 64. God bless you.